Okay, peeps, so welcome to the Ruckus, and I am back with a video. My top 25 Netflix TV shows. You guys may have seen the top 25 movie shows. I did record that like a while back, like maybe a couple weeks ago, which is why my hair was blonde with the braids. But I needed to make the top TV shows. So now I'm making it, and now you're seeing it with the new hairstyle and everything. So don't be like, what? That's backwards. No, that's how I recorded it. Sorry, I didn't want to re-record it. Also, with this video here, I'm probably not gonna put the video of like a trailer in the corner, simply because the TV shows are really hard to get trailers for because there's multiple seasons. So I'm not gonna have that effect in this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, hit that subscribe button right there or right there. It's one or the other. It's somewhere. Just go ahead and hit that button to subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. You guys know I appreciate you guys coming back. Let's just get straight into this video. Alright guys, so let's jump into this list. Number 1 is gonna be Wentworth. I love this TV show. It's really good. I think it's based out of Australia. They do talk like their mouths match their words, but their accent is a little different, which makes it even better because it's really good. But it's a movie about these women in prison, kind of like Orange is the New Black, but way more serious, way more deadlier. Like you would think they were in a guy's prison. Like, it gets really rowdy, people dying, of course, people fighting, of course, but the allies and the enemies, it's just crazy. So if you like prison movies or something like that, or just anything with drama and fighting and killings, that's what you should check out. Wentworth is number 1 on my list. Okay, all right, so number 2 is going to be Riverdale. Riverdale is about these group of high school kids who are encountering so many different little bad things in this town of Riverdale. So there's like the Black Hood, there's just all kind of enemies that's targeting this group of kids and probably their parents, you want to say. But it's really dope. It's kind of like a suspenseful thriller thing, so that's something to check out. Again, that one is a Riverdale. I'm sure you guys heard of that one. Number 3 is Stranger Things. So if you guys have not seen Stranger Things, I don't know what you've been looking at on Netflix, because Stranger Things is a bomb. Like, okay, so it's these little kids, I want to say elementary or middle school, but they basically are encountering some strange things. There's this little girl who has these superpowers because she was like basically in a lab and they did some things on her, and then she escapes and she finds this group of kids and they encounter some weird things that scientists has built while she was stored away and testing on her. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's really good, so you guys should check that one out, okay? Number 4 is Shameless. Like, this movie is for 18 years and older, simply because it is real. It is, like in the title, Shameless. It's about this family of kids and their dad and their mom, and they are throw the hell off. Like, the dad's on drugs, the mom's on drugs, the older sister's in charge of all the other siblings, which is a lot, and they all end up having babies, and they're always in that one house. It's just a lot of drama. Kind of like, how can I put it? I don't know how I can put it, but it's really good. It's full of drama. Like, it's funny, so like real. Like, you know, something's real, it's like, oh, you can relate to it. So Shameless is like the real. There's nothing to shame about. Number 5 is The 100. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not seen this TV show, you need to. They actually just came out with the new season recently. There's 7 seasons. I love this show. I'm almost done with the 7th season. Like I said, it just came out. 100 people are flown down from space to come back to see if Earth is livable. And they find out, yes, it is livable, but they're going to have to fight to live here because there's other people here and they have their own territories. And it goes from there. Of course, different seasons, different missions, but there's 7 seasons. It's really good. It's all about basically trying to survive on planet Earth. They actually go back into space in one season, so, and live there for a while. So check that one out. That's really good if you like things like that. For 6, it's Bates Motel. Now, I know you guys have heard of this one. It was on TV for a while. The mother, Norma, the son, Norman, and Norman's kind of thrown off. He thinks he's his mother at one point because he's only been around his mother for so long, and he's killing people and doing things that he thought he wouldn't do, but it's really his mother. So he's like schizophrenic or something like that. And they own this hotel, and they set this really, really tall house at the very top, and things always happening evil, bad at the hotel. It's very suspenseful. Yeah, check that one out. Y'all, I'm trying to explain these TV shows to you guys, but it's so hard. It's way harder than movies because TV shows are like seasons long, you know, and a movie is only like an hour or so, so you can kind of give you a brief general idea. But when it comes to the TV shows, it's like, how can I sum this up without telling them everything and not missing out on something? So I'm sorry if I don't give you guys great details on these TV shows, but just check them out. I promise you they are good, okay? 7 is the American Horror Story. I love this one. Anybody who loves freaky, creepy, suspenseful, weird things, this is what you want to watch. So basically, there's, I want to say 7 or 8 seasons, and each season is a different theme. Perfect, actually, a different theme. Okay, so number 7 is American Horror Story. This one is really good if you like suspense, drama, weird stuff that you can't really explain, connecting the dots. This is what you want to watch, because basically each season is a different theme. Murder house, the circus, the asylum, the witches, the election. Every season is a different story, and each story, if you think about it and really pay attention, links to each other, and it's a horror story. Something happened in the circus, something happened in the mansion house, something happened in the asylum, and it's really, really good. Like, I promise you, can't even go into details because it's so good. I'm gonna give away so much, but there's killings, there's crazy people, there's everything you can think about when it comes to an American Horror Story, you know? The number 8 is Ratchet, and this one is really dope. This one is kind of like, it's very similar to the American Horror Story. It actually stars the same character from American Horror Story. She's a really good actress in these kind of movies. I haven't really seen her in other movies, but she's really good in this type of genre. So in this one, she's trying to get into a mental hospital to save her foster brother, who is basically in there for some really devious stuff, and he's basically getting ready to be executed, and she wants to stop it, and all kind of weird stuff happens in the asylum. It's just really dope. You guys have to watch it. Okay, number 9 is Orange is the New Black. With this one, it's very similar, very, very similar to Wentworth, but way different from Wentworth, meaning Wentworth is more serious, jail related for women, and Orange is the New Black is more comical, but real stories on Orange is the New Black. I relate to Orange is the New Black a little bit more because it's funnier to me, and the characters are freaking die-hard hilarious. But I like Wentworth because it's so serious and it's more drama. So both of these shows are about women in prison, living their lives, their day-to-day lives, their drama, their stories, all of this. Wentworth more serious, Orange is the New Black is comical. So check it out. It's serious, but it's comical. So number 10 is Good Girls. This one is about 3 moms who are having financial problems in their own separate lives, and they run into this drug dealer who's like, hey, I can make your life better if you do this. So they do that, they get their earnings, and then as you know, there's another job, and there's another job, and another job, and another job, and they're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into this like drug dealing, crime, cops, all this stuff. They're getting real deep into it, and they're moms, like, so it's really weird, it's really funny, it's really corny. I like it, I loved it. I wish they would come out with another season, but yeah, check that one out. Good Girls. So number 11 is going to be GreenLeaf. If you guys have not seen GreenLeaf, I don't know what to tell you. Go watch GreenLeaf. Like, this is really a good show. This is like a Black Christian soap opera that's not so Christian, you know? So basically it follows the life of this family who's in the church, the preacher, his wife, and his kids, and all his grandkids. And they're not so Christian. They're doing things that they should not be doing. I would swear to God, I was watching Power. Like, they're not Christian. I mean, they're Christian, but they don't do Christian-like things, and it's a lot of drama. There's molestation in the church. There's of course money hungry people in the church. There's scandals in the church. This is just all kind of stuff. So another drama filled TV show. Number 12 is a teenage bounty hunter. I like this one. This one is kind of cute and funny. I would definitely watch this one again with my sisters because it's just funny. It's two twin sisters who need money and they decide to become bounty hunters. The way it happens is very weird, but they are really good at being bounty hunters apparently, and they form a bond with a man and a woman who are in charge of them for the bounty hunting things or whatever. And it gets pretty good. It's only one season. I wish they had more, but it's definitely something to watch. Number 13 is The Originals. If you guys have not heard of this, this is a vampire movie. So if you like vampires and blood-sucking, evil things like that, then check this one out. So these are the original vampires. I don't know how to describe this to you. It's a vampire TV show. They're fighting for power. They're fighting to stay in control. They're eating and sucking blood, basically. 14 is Vampire Diaries. And the Vampire Diaries is basically the diaries of a teenage girl who gets bit by one of the originals and falls in love. So yeah, definitely gotta check that out. And 15 is Money Heist. So this one is about a group of people who end up being together because of this one man who finds them all, because they all have this one special skill that he needs to pull off this big money heist in Italy. And he gets them all together. They train for a while and they go ahead and do the mission. And basically, they are very precise with it. They pulled off a huge money heist. Like, they were locked up in a bank for like 12 days without the cops coming in and doing damage, or they had hostages, they had everything. It was crazy because it was so organized. Like, it was the most organized money heist I've ever seen. Mind you, it is TV, but it was so organized. It was really, really good. And then the next seasons, they're basically trying to do the same thing. The next season, actually, one of the hostages is taken into the group. So, yeah. Make sure you guys check that one out. Number 16 is On My Block. This one is just about a group of kids. Basically, their story of them living in their area, going through their typical things. I actually can't go too far into details because it was such a short show that if I say too much, it might reveal too much. So, check out On My Block. Okay, so number 17 is 13 Reasons Why. This one is more of a serious movie. I wouldn't watch it if you struggle with depression or anything like that. I wouldn't watch it alone, at least. And they actually recommend that when you're like right before you watch the show. But it's basically about depression, suicide, rape, to be honest. Just what a teenager goes through in high school that people overlook. So it makes you kind of take a step back and be like, wow, this stuff is real, this stuff actually happens. So it's more of a serious type of show than anything. Okay, so number 18 is Unbelievable. This one is about a young girl who is raped. Sorry that I have all these serious movies, but this one is about a young girl who is raped and no one believes her until finally, I think it happens to other people and they start putting pieces together and she has to like go back through trial and all that. So that's another good serious TV show. Number 19 is When They See Us. So with this one is basically about these kids who, all of them were in this park individually. None of them even knew each other. And a murder took place, or a raping took place with a white woman. And of course the cops came, gathered everybody they could gather. And they chose the youngest ones of the group that they found in the park to go ahead and basically mess with their mind and get them to say things that they didn't even have anything to do with. Basically pinned this rape and attempted murder on these 5 or 6 black little boys, and it's very serious. The trial is moving. If you haven't seen it, check that one out. I kind of put these last 3 behind each other because they're kind of in the same bracket of being serious and, you know, life lessons type things. So this last 3, which was 13 Reasons Why, Unbelievable, and When They See Us, are very serious movies. I would watch with someone. If you can't, you know, take that type of stuff. Some people can't, not saying you can't, but some people can't. So go ahead and check that one out if you feel okay to watch that. Number 20, I actually have Z Nation / The Walking Dead. And that's simply because they're basically the same thing. They're just 2 different zombie movies. One's called Z Nation, one's called The Walking Dead. I personally think I like Z Nation better because the characters are more funny and more realistic to me. But The Walking Dead is actually good too. They just have so many seasons and I couldn't get through to them all. but they're on the same page. Zombies taking over, a zombie apocalypse. Check those out. That's Z Nation and The Walking Dead. The 21 is The Rain. Okay, this one is good. This one is another one where they're talking, their mouths are talking a different language, but the words are coming out English. So if you can take that, I will watch this one. This one is about two kids. Their dad is a scientist who does some kind of experimental thing with the rain, and the rain is like acid. So when it hits people, it basically kills them, burns them alive. So when all that goes down, he hides his two kids in a bunker, and they're in the bunker for a long time until they finally decide, hey, let's come out because he's not coming back for us. We don't know what's going on. And they go on this journey eventually. Her brother is apparently the cure, so everyone's after him while they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're after her brother, and she has to, you know, make sure he stays good and no one takes him. Number 22 is Blood Water. This one is about two girls who are apparently twins or sisters. I can't actually remember. Dang, that sucks. But they're twins or sisters, and they're separated. They're at birth. So one's doing one thing on this side and one's doing another thing on that side. But they end up finding each other, and they're just trying to get to basically know each other. There's drama, kind of like high school drama almost, but it's fun, it's good, it keeps you up on your toes. So check that one out, okay? Number 23 is The New Girl. This one is like a corny TV show, kind of like Friends. I don't know if you ever watched Friends or anything like that. Or even maybe The Office, I don't know, but I like The New Girl. I watched it all. It's kind of like my background show I used to watch, but I actually liked it. It was about this girl who moved in with a bunch of guys, like 4 guys, in a small apartment, and she just takes over their lives. Jess is amazing. She's funny. She's an adorable, quirky white girl who everyone loves, and it's funny. It's she ends up dating one of the roommates, and her friends end up dating one of the roommates. So it's kind of like, number 24 is Marlon. Okay, so Marlon Wayans. It's just his TV show as being a dad and an ex-husband to his wife, who he drives crazy because they're not married anymore, but you would swear to God they're married. But it's really cute and funny. Me and my boyfriend watched this one together at one point, but I think he kind of got bored with it, and I continued the season by myself. So I like that one. Just check that one out. Something simple and funny, corny. Number 25 is going to be Criminal Minds. If you like crime, figuring out who did it, why they did it, how they did it, all that stuff like that, this is what you want to watch. I put this one last because everybody's not a fan. So number 25 is going to be Criminal Minds. This one is really good for people who like crimes, figuring out who did the crime, why they did the crime, getting inside the mind of a criminal minds, hint hint. But it's I think they have like 12 seasons, so it's a lot. I haven't even actually watched all of them. I'm gonna go back and rewatch them. I kind of like watched them in the background and heard them playing, but didn't really watch them. But I do like it, so I'm gonna go back and watch Criminal Minds. You guys should definitely check it out if you like stuff like that. And this last one, I'm not putting it on my list, but I'm putting it as a bonus, simply because my sister is always asking me, did you watch it, did you watch it? And I'm like, I watched some of it, but I can't get into it. It's Lucifer. So this one is about this guy named Lucifer, who's apparently the devil, and he fell from heaven, and he's coming back to earth, and he's living his life to punish all the people who's basically doing wrong. And he starts to get these human qualities and starts to have feelings, and it goes off the wagon like that. But I may watch it, I may get into it. I was at one point, but I can't seem to get back into it. But it's a really good show. I can tell it is because I don't know, I have to get into it. You guys check it out. She keeps telling me to watch it, so maybe you guys should watch it and convince me that I need to watch it. I don't know. Alright guys, so if you're still here, that means you've made it to the end of this video, and I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button in the video in the corner. It's one or the two. So hit that subscribe button, and you guys come back for more videos with Keke.